These are no random words, let's get started. First one's Easter Funnies, which is probably the worst thing of all time. Comes with a slip cover for no reason. Some of the words and art are rearranged a little bit. The colors on the case are different. But yeah, what the special is a 1970s, I'm pretty sure, 15-minute long Easter special about the Easter Bunny being sick and then calling Granny to cancel Easter. Then Granny suggests Bugs Bunny being the Easter Bunny. And then she visits Bugs at the set where he's filming 3 previously released cartoons. And then Bugs suggests going to Sylvester and Tweety for no reason. I don't really know why they did it, but they showcase 2 previously made and released cartoons. Then they go to this random theater set where there's a Pepe Le Pew and Falcon Lucky cartoon, and then there's a Daffy Duck cartoon. Also another Bugs cartoon. So yeah, there's like 10 or 11 cartoons squished down with horrible background seconds and a horrible story into a 15-minute special. So yeah, the special doesn't even include the one Looney Tunes Easter short in the history of classic Looney Tunes shorts, which is Easter eggs. I have no idea why they didn't include it since it's the only Easter-themed short in existence. But yeah, this DVD is also awful, with awful menus and all the extras being horrible puzzle games, and also his hair-raising tail. Not only is the short bad, but it's in the worst quality possible. Daffy Duck had a way better Easter special in the 80s where it had 3 brand new shorts, plus some background segments. It had its own DVD in 2020, where it included Golden Eggs and Easter eggs as bonus cartoons. I don't know why they never made a double feature, or why it took them that long to release the Daffy one. But yeah, this short is, this special is horrible. And if you're a super collector, I still don't think you should get this unless you find it for like $2. So yeah, I've filmed this part and set this like 1,000,000 times. Also, speaking of which, in all those videos I was talking about the Pixar re-releases, it turns out the Toy Story sets had no music track, and I have no idea what I was even talking about. So yeah, anyway, after the golden age of the DVDs in 2000 with the Golden Collection and all sorts of other stuff, I guess one of us thought that fans were clamoring for more DVDs, so yeah, well, they wasn't clamoring for them on Blu-ray, I suppose, since they had 3 volumes of the Platinum Collection. And they also made the Looney Tunes Showcase, which is the Platinum Collection on Blu-ray with no extras and half the shorts for a cheaper price. And on top of that, they were also making the Essential Collection and the Superstars, and all of them were discontinued because they ran out of money. So yeah, I guess to counter the Platinum Collections, they had these Superstars, which is 15 shorts in each set, just like 90 minutes or 100 minutes of content, depending on the collection. Just meant for the casual consumer. So yeah, these sets are just garbage. Well, I only own 3 of them, which are the first, third, and 5th one, which are in this collection. So yeah, the first 2, which are Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, half of the shorts were full screen and half were horribly cropped to widescreen for no reason. I guess because of stupid people complaining that it doesn't fill up the entire screen, but why not just have it all in widescreen then? That's just the dumbest thing possible. And yeah, even though they're supposed to be for casual consumers instead of collectors, they still decided to have 15 all-new to DVD shorts, well, for the first 3. The third one being Falcon Like one. Then the 4th one, which is Sylvester and Tweety, had all previously released shorts. And apparently this is because that Warner Bros. Was going to release these in a wave, and in each wave, one of them will have all previously released shorts. That's just the dumbest thing of all time. But yeah, then basically all the rest of them afterward that had classic shorts didn't have any new to DVD, and the Wild Coyote one really has no classic Golden Age shorts, so it basically has no value. So, yeah, 45 cartoon classics, that's just stupid and wrong. So yeah, those are my hair short there. The shorts are good, the widescreen cropping is bad, and the quality of the widescreen shorts looks way worse, probably because it's blown to a 16:9 screen. So, yeah, the Falcon Lucky one is a bit better. Also, it does offer a full screen and widescreen version, but the menu just tricks and lies to you by saying that the widescreen version has more footage, but actually it doesn't. Well, it does have a little bit more on the sides, but that's because the full screen version is cropped in 1:33 instead of the 1:37 Academy ratio that was shown theatrically. But the extra information isn't really that important. Also, there's this 40-second long unskippable warning about the cartoons presented in the time they were made. which is just dumb and stupid. I don't even know why they have a whole 40-second warning about it. I'm pretty sure that even a casual consumer will know what they're getting into when they buy this. So yeah, this amazing collection. We have 9 shorts, which is basically like an hour of Falcon Life 1. Then the last 6 are just random stupid shorts that no one cares about. Well, actually, I do like them, except the Mexican Crow ones. I guess it's supposed to be showcasing other drama clips and shorts, except that the second Mexican Crow short, also the last short on the isn't directed by Ron McKimpson, so I have no idea why this even included. Did you know these Mexican Crow characters existed? Maybe this is the entire duology. The Wile E. Coyote one is just the worst thing of all time. It also has full screen widescreen selection, but that's just the dumbest thing possible. The first 7 are like 90s and 2000s and 2010 shorts that were aired in theaters and they were made to be seen in widescreen. Anyway, the second half of the collection is the Horror Viva Viva Wile E. Coyote shorts. It includes all but 3 of them on this collection. Why don't they just include all of them? Then we can make a Viva Viva Wile E. Coyote full collection. I have no idea. I don't really know why they have this collection. Also, on the main menu, it doesn't even show pictures from the cartoons for the screen selection. It just shows pictures of the menu, which is just the dumbest and worst design possible. Unlike the first 4 sets, this collection and all collections after just use the same horrible, cheap, and lazy generic menu design, which just has all the characters instead of just focusing on one specific character. Yeah, I don't even know why they couldn't just have the first part in widescreen and the second part in 4x3. The first was they're completely separate titles and programs in the first place, so there's pretty much just no point. Also, these discs are horrible set. So, yeah, the Looney show. I do like it, but like most people who like the show, I agree that it doesn't really get that good until like halfway through the season. So I think I'd rather have Volume 3. The episodes are okay. I would have preferred if it was just a complete season set. I would prefer a complete season, actually. But yeah, I do like the artwork, but this screenshot and all these screenshots aren't even from episodes on this volume, so it just tricks you into thinking that they have all the classic characters, but they don't. Check. Yeah, I don't know if it's the production order or the airing order, but it doesn't really matter. There's really that much continuity. But, yeah, also, speaking of continuity, episode 9, The Fucking Local Story, references episode 20, Working Duck. And yeah, I have no idea why it's like that. I never actually changed the episode order around to make the continuity make any sort of sense. But yeah, it's not really a problem. So yeah, I must talk about this more in later episodes or reviews. The Warner Bros. Had the stupid and horrible strategy of them releasing volumes going like 4 episodes per disc. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but this movie sucks and is bad, and the DVD follows suit. Yeah, whatever that means. So, yeah, it just has a stupid commentary and production notes. By the way, it doesn't actually have production notes, just a crappy trailer and a crappy commentary. For some reason, the title has a weird, different texture than everything else on the disc, so... So we're doing Tom and Jerry collections are most likely going to be coming soon. So I'm probably going to end up covering those parts of the collections in the respective reviews. So yeah, Buffalo Duck Lincoln's Christmas is a pretty decent movie. But yeah, the animation's good, the music's good, the voice acting is mostly good, but for some reason they decided to have Billy West, who also played Bugs in Space Jam. Decided to have him come back and play Bugs, have Joe Lasky, who does a much better Bugs voice. Also, since Joe Lasky was the most current voice in Bugs, since he was the voice of Looney Tunes back in action. It was other Looney Tunes shows and stuff around the time. I have no idea why they cast Billy West. He was also on the Looney Tunes Christmas album. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe they just didn't want to pay Joe Lasky for doing all those characters. I just don't really know what the reason is. But yeah, the DVD has awful menus and awful copy-pasted, trashy-looking Photoshop menus. But this does have the least garbage extras of all 3 of the DVDs of this trilogy crap pack. Has a music video, which is just some of the Gordon Gilbert band playing their instruments, along with footage of the movie. And there's also some deleted scenes. I think it's like 6 minutes. There's no actual introductions or behind the scenes or anything, but I think you can tell where most of the deleted scenes go. So I think it would have been interesting to see some behind the scenes on why these scenes are deleted, even though most of them were like 20 seconds, and it's most likely for time, but there is an alternate scene between Porky and his daughter, and I actually prefer the alternate version to the movie version, so it would have been interesting to hear about that. This is Looney Tunes Golden Collection, which is the big huge collection that everyone loves and remembers and stuff like that. There's I don't know when exactly this re-release came out, but yeah, it's a new re-release. Basically, the case is a little bit different and some text is rearranged. And also, for some reason, they redesigned the disc to have only one color and it looks awful. I did see a re-release where it has like this exact case with the disc in color. Maybe it just costs less money to not have them in full color. I don't know. Anyway, this set is pretty great. For this 14 shorts makes 56 instead of the other volumes 60. So yeah, this being hyped as the greatest thing of all time. I was expecting it to be the greatest thing of all time, and being slightly let down by it, but I can still appreciate the true greatness. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah. So first thing that some people might complain about is that there's 28 Bugs cartoons here. Also, most of this collection is basically just Bugs Bunny and a bunch of Chuck Jones, which isn't really that annoying. I don't really mind. But this was to be an all-encompassing Looney Tunes Gold Classic collection with all of the characters. All the characters up here are barely even in the collection. Only one cartoon with Wile E. Young Roadrunner, which is the best character of all time. And yeah, I don't know why they didn't decide to show Porky, since he has a lot of shorts in this collection. Don't know why they chose to spotlight like Sylvester and Tweety and Marvin and Taz, because they barely even know this collection. Instead of spotlighting Porky, a character who's actually on the collection. Just decided to put all the popular characters on top of those people, but it's just the insert work. Also, this is apparently the Chuck Jones and Bob Clampett collection, but there's only 2 Bob Clampett shorts that are at the very end, and one of them is really awful. Hint, it's the last one. So Daphne and Porky share a disc, which includes the awful as hell Porky Chops. Who even likes that? And this is supposed to be the first feeling Robin Gibson shorts. There's more of a Robin Gibson present, specifically like in the last 5 or so shorts. But yeah. So the next complaint is more probably like a personal thing, but it doesn't include the all-time classics like Robin Hood Daffy and stuff like that. Apparently the stupid reason given by Jerry Beck is that they didn't want to use up all the classics on the first volume, even though they ended up making 6 whole volumes with 60 shorts. And the last volume having 20 bonus shorts. And I'm pretty sure that not everyone of this shows the gold classic that everyone cares about. So, yeah, I guess a stupid excuse like that made sense in the moment, but now it's just extremely stupid. Also, another personal thing is that some of the shorts up here I just don't like and are horrible. Like, they're horrible and shitty, shit for shot, and kit for shot. Because it's someone on Discord. But yeah, this is some commentaries and music-only tracks. Some of the music-only tracks include sound effects also, so it's kind of false advertising. Also, the disc 4 music-only tracks, where it's got the commentaries and the music-only tracks on disc 4. But there's no play-all option, even though there's a play-all option for all the other discs. So yeah. Also, the Bugs Bunny disc has the most extras. So yeah, the other just do have extras, just like featurettes and commentaries and stuff like that. Also, surprisingly, since this came out around the time which is back in action, they didn't have to put any trailers or promotion or pretty much anything for it, besides Joe Dante appearing in a couple of the featurettes. But yeah, considering how much Warner Bros. Cares about that movie, which is none, it doesn't really surprise me now. But apparently there was a version of this that came with some backlinking tickets, but yeah, I don't know if this is actually true or not. So yeah, in the original version of this release, well, not this release specifically, it was a huge fold-out box thing. You have to fold out, obviously. But yeah, I do prefer this packaging over you having to fold out. And yeah, that's basically just my entire collection. I hope to get more classic cartoon collection in the future. Specifically, maybe like a golden collection or platinum collection.